Welcome back. All right, just the 3 games tonight in the National Hockey League. Relatively low scoring because just the 3 games. Tomorrow night we got 12, so my guess is we'll have a couple of games with 10 or more goals, and some games are 8-1, that kind of thing. But tonight, more of a quiet, laid back kind of night. So we start things off with Winnipeg and Ottawa. And of course, I did a video on the 10-game winning streak of Winnipeg, so how did this turn out? I'm going to say this, though. I have done numerous things that people qualify as being a jinx on this channel to the Winnipeg Jets, and it's never actually jinxed them. It hasn't. So, Hellebuck versus Olmark, and it was tragically hip night, so big fan of that. It's funny, too, because I wasn't a huge fan of the hip at the time that they were on the charts and they were, putting out songs, but, the more time goes by, the more I appreciate the band being something completely different and uniquely Canadian. All right, so early press by the Jets. The Sens then get some pressure. Chabot has a shot that's kicked aside. We had a fight between Stanley and Zub. The Sens end up coming out of that with a power play. There was a fight involving Lowry as well in that first period. So the power play's killed off. It had some chances. The shots are 3-1 for the Sens at 6 minutes. Things get pushed in a hold by Hellebuck. And then at 7:46 on a turnover, Perfetti tips in a shot. Ehlers with the assist. That was only the second shot on net for Winnipeg. The Sens look to respond, but at 9:03, Appleton buries a loose puck at the net on rush. Niederreiter and Scheifele with the assist. So it's 2-0 for the Jets. And Olmark still having a little bit of an issue with rebound control since his return. The shots are 10-5 Ottawa with 6 minutes left. Hamonic's denied as the Sens press. The Jets press with 4 minutes left. With 1:09 left, the Jets draw a power play. So that rolls over into the second period with Winnipeg ahead 2-0. The Sens finish the kill. They only allowed one shot during the power play. Jets press at 3 minutes. The Sens get pinned down, but they block the path to the net. Gaudette's then denied from the slot. The fans call one. The referee does not. And then at 8:04, Connor goes short side from the side of the net to make it 3-0 Winnipeg. Velarde and DeMello with the assists. So this means that if you're Ottawa, you're like, okay, now we have to score 4 on Connor Hellebuck. So Ehlers has a slot shot that's saved, and then at 8:53 on a net drive, Chabot scores. He roofs it. Stutzla with the nice assist there, so it makes it 3-1 for Winnipeg. Things get pushed in a hold by Olmark. We get a power play for the Jets. It's 4 minutes. That turns into 2 minutes of 5-on-3. However, the 5-on-3 is killed off. Iafallo has a slot shot that's held during the 5-on-4. Then there's a post for Dylan DeMello, and the Sens escape that. They kill it off. Perron's denied, and then there's an early whistle. The puck was not held, but the ref lost sight of it. Kupari has a rush chance that's saved. Lowry misses one wide on a net drive. It's 3-1 Winnipeg after 2. Third period, the Sens press at 2 minutes. Shots are 2-1 Winnipeg at 3 minutes. Teams trade turnovers. Pionk has a point shot that's caught and held. Scheifele's then denied. Olmark holds. The Senators press at the half. Connor's then denied on a fast break. The Sens draw a power play with 5:39 left. It is killed off without a shot, and it took whatever air was left in the tires for the Sens and just deflated them. The goalie pull happens with 3:35 left, so not long after the power play is done. And then at 17:04, Scheifele hits the empty net from Kyle Connor. Winnipeg wins this one 4-1. They go to 42-14-3 with the win. With the loss, Ottawa 29-25-4, and they're 2 points back at Columbus, and this was the game in hand they had on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Shots on net, 12 apiece in the first, 18-11 Winnipeg in the second, 9-2 Winnipeg in the third. They outshoot Ottawa 39-25. Power plays, Winnipeg 0 for 4, Ottawa 0 for 2. The hits, 29-19 for Ottawa. Hellebuck saves 24 out of 25. Olmark saves 35 out of 38. All right, and next up, New Jersey and Colorado, the game that was close until it wasn't. It's Allen versus Blackwood. Blackwood's played really well against New Jersey since they traded him. First in San Jose and now in Colorado. McKinnon's denied on a rush. The Avs with some early momentum. In fact, the shots are 5-1 for Colorado 3 minutes in. Nichushkin has a rush chance that's held. He was back in the lineup and made a big difference to Colorado being back in the lineup. Devils get stuck at one shot for a while. Then there's an offensive zone penalty for Drouin, which puts the Devils on the power play. Myers fires one wide on a rush. The power play was killed off without a shot on net. And then Colorado scores. At 8:54, it's Lehkonen burying a backhand. Natchez and McKinnon with the assists. It's 1-0 for Colorado. Avs press for another. The Devils press with 8.5 minutes left. The teams exchange rushes. We get a power play for Colorado. That becomes 58 seconds of 5-on-3. However, New Jersey, they survive that because Allen is keeping it close. 3:36 left. The Devils get a power play, so the Avs kill that off as well. The fans then call one. The referee does not. It stays 1-0 Colorado after 1. Second period, early press by Colorado. Shots are 3-0 Devils, though, at 3.5 minutes. Devils press at 4.5 minutes. Jack Hughes has a one-timer that's held. Palat then fires one wide on a rush. The Avs press at 7.5 minutes. More heroics from Allen there. Jack Hughes is denied on a breakaway. Shots are 7-3 for the Devils with 9 minutes left. Woods then denied on a turnover. DeHaan has a shot that's blocked. The Devils rush. Good forechecking by the Avs. McKinnon has a rush chance that reaches the goal line. It does not cross the goal line. The Avs with some momentum late in the second period, and then there's a near miss for Jonathan Drouin on a rebound in close. It stays 1-0 Colorado after 2. Third period, early press by the Devils. The teams trade rushes. We then get a power play for Colorado, and they score on it. At 2:57, it's McKinnon from Necas and Makar. So Necas with a couple of helpers to that point in the game. Devils look to respond, but the shots are 5-1 Colorado at 5 minutes. Taves is denied on a face-off win chance. Things get pushy on a hold by Blackwood, and then at 8:28, Jack Hughes just turns and wires it past a screen. Luke Hughes with the assist. So New Jersey's on the board. It's 2-1. New Jersey would then look to tie it. Dowling has a net feed that's held. We then get a power play for Colorado, and they score on it. It is McKinnon again, his second power play goal of the third period. Makar and Necas with the assists at 14-14. The Avs press with 3.5 minutes left, and at 16:40, Middlestad gets his 10th of the season from a sharp angle. Colton and Drouin with the assists. And then at 18:18, they add another. It's Logan O'Connor tipping one into an open net. Kelly and Wood with the assists. So that puts Nico Dawes in the net. Colorado doesn't get another shot. Your final score is 5-1 for Colorado. Much needed victory here. They go to 34-24-2 with the win. With the loss, New Jersey 32-22-6, and they miss out on an opportunity to pass Carolina. Shots on net, 11-7 Colorado in the first, 12-10 Colorado in the second, 13-6 Colorado in the third. The Avs outshoot New Jersey 36-23. Power plays, New Jersey 0-2, Colorado 2-4. The hits 21-15 New Jersey. Allen saves 31 out of 36, which doesn't tell you how well he played early in the game. Nico Dawes came in, didn't face a shot. Blackwood, 22 saves on 23 shots. He had a long shutout streak of like more than 2 games prior to that goal by New Jersey, which ended that streak. I think it was like 169 minutes, somewhere along that line. And he had a long shutout streak against New Jersey, I believe, as well. So, yeah, Blackwood likes playing against the Devils. I wonder why that is. Strange. All right, next up. Vancouver and LA. This was kind of a crazy one. So anyways, Lankinen versus Riddick. Quinn Hughes is back in the lineup. Good news for the Vancouver Canucks. Gavrikov has a rush chance that's defended. The Kings press at a minute and a half. Canucks get some pressure at 5 minutes. Not that anybody's getting shots. Spence has a screenshot that's held. There's some pushing, and that was the first shot on net. Both teams blocking the paths to the net. The shots are 2-1 Vancouver at 9 minutes. And at 9:56, Höglander roofs one on a rush. I'd love to see him start scoring goals. Forbert with the assist. It's 1-0 for Vancouver. Canucks look for another. Then Kopitar to Foegele gets blocked. The Canucks press with 4.5 minutes left, and they emerge from the first period with a 1-0 lead. Dakota Joshua's name's on the board with an assist in this game later on, but I just want to say Joshua's starting to play like he did last season. It's taken a while, but it's good news for the Vancouver Canucks. Second period, early power play for the Kings. That was killed off. The Canucks rush after it's done. The shots are 4-0 LA at 4.5 minutes. Turcotte has a net feed. That's blocked. The Canucks press at 5.5 minutes. The fans call one. The referee does not. So there's one of those in each game. The Kings go back to the power play. That's killed off. Then there's a blocker save on a rush by Pettersson. Byfield to Gavrikov gets blocked. The Canucks then get a power play, and they score on it. Connor Garland roofs one in close. Hedl and Joshua with the assists at 13:07. So Philip Hedl had a good game tonight. Kings look to respond. The Canucks go back to the power play. That's killed off. The Kings press with 2.5 minutes left, but it's 2-0 Vancouver after 2. Third period. Early press by the Kings, but they're not getting a lot at the net. The shots are only one apiece 3 minutes in. The teams trade rushes. The Kings press at 6 minutes. Byfield to Fiala. That chance gets blocked. Back-to-back icings by the Canucks as they're starting to have problems getting the puck out of their zone and maintaining anything. It's one of those things where anytime you clear the zone, you have to do a line change because you're bogged down and tired from having been, trying to keep them to the outside and defending your own net. Post for Kopitar, the Canucks clear, and then on a rush at 9:16, Canucks just gave Kempe way too much time. So he wires it, Gavrikov and Byfield with the assist. The Kings then press with 9.5 minutes left. Things get pushy on a hole by Lankinen. Fiala has a net drive chance that's blocked. The Kings score. Goalie interference challenge, I'm just going to say it. It might be the worst goaltender interference challenge I've seen all year. Nobody saw the goalie interference. Nobody. I mean, was it a high stick by Foegele? Maybe. That looked more believable than goalie interference. There wasn't any. There was none. I don't understand. I'm bewildered. So the goal counts. Foegele from Spence and Mo Verara at 14:01, and it puts the Kings on the power play. So glorious, just glorious job there. Now the Canucks do kill that off. Their penalty kill came in handy tonight, and then there was a post for Hedl on a rush. Very nearly ended it. But even though they pressed late, did the Canucks, we end up going to overtime. So the Kings control early. They end up drawing a power play. During that power play, Myers hurt. It looked like he took the puck to the collarbone. He was really laboring coming off the ice. Just by the look of it, I would say that's not a short-term injury. And I know there's people who don't like Tyler Myers' game, but I think Myers is a good second to third pairing defenseman. It may change what the Canucks do at the deadline now. They might be more likely to look to add a defenseman. This is part of the reason why you pick up Marcus Pettersson, because you really need depth on that blue line. So the Canucks do finish the kill. Heroically, they finish the kill, even after the Myers injury. And then, from the left circle, Garland roofs one to win the game for the Canucks. Hughes and Hedl with the assists at 4:26. So Quinn Hughes with a point in his return. Garland's up to, I believe, 36 points to lead all the Canucks forwards at this stage of the season. Vancouver with the win. They move back above the playoff line. Even though, on the panic index, I had them at panic. And you know what? I don't think tonight's result ends that. They're 27-20-11 with the win. With the overtime loss, the Kings dropped to 31-17-8. I should put the OT up there, shouldn't I? I always have the OT up there. So for the Kings, it is a very rare loss at home. They generally do not lose at home. Shots on net, 6-4 Vancouver in the first, 9-6 LA in the second, 11-4 LA in the third. The shots were 2-1 for the Kings in the overtime. The Canucks shot, the one that matters. Final shots, 26-17 for LA. Power plays, Vancouver 1 for 2, LA 0 for 4. The hits, 28-27 Vancouver. Lankinen, very good night for Lankinen, 24 saves on 26 shots. Not as good for Riddick, 14 saves on 17 shots. And he kind of lost his net on that overtime goal. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.